We need 50% more electricity if all we're going to do is double the industrial plant. Data centers are on top of that, and that's another 25 to 50% based on which model. But one of the big weaknesses in the United States' grid is it's not very well interconnected. We don't have a lot of cross-state, large-scale electricity transmission line. Regardless of where you need electricity, you're kind of stuck with local resources. If you put a big solar farm in, say, Arizona, you're going to generate 3 times as much electricity as if you do it outside of New York City. And so the whole idea of a long-range transmission line is you can take the power from where it can be generated efficiently or cheaply and move it to the places that can't. If you expand the grid by half, you need about $1 trillion and then about $500 billion in distribution systems. Or you can spend about 20% more if that 20% more is almost exclusively on long-range transmission. You build less generation that is more effective at what it does, and you wire in the power. The United States really doesn't have any of those long-range high-voltage lines. We only have one cluster in the country, and that is an area, roughly a triangle between Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Chicago, and St. Louis, because in the middle of that triangle is coal country. You generated the electricity within this triangle and then had these massive lines to send that power somewhere else. That version of the model needs to be replicated more or less nationwide. Easily a $300 billion program. Data centers churn all the time, 24 hours a day. Power generation that cannot generate electricity 24 hours a day is something that a data center will not consider. So solar, out. Wind, largely out because most places don't have reliable wind currents. 2 options. You can build a new fleet of nuclear power plants. The only other option is coal. And yes, you can build a natural gas plant, but natural gas is better for spinning up and down. You want it for surge capacity as opposed to baseload capacity. This is what you need. Lots of long-range transmission, lots of nukes, lots of coal, and then natural gas, solar, and wind for everything else.